The first time the gorilla seen himself went crazy. A tiger don't care about his stripes. You understand? But everybody think I'm just so confident because I don't know. I'm scared just like y'all. I'm just too afraid to tell you I'm afraid.
I'm a warrior. I go to the core. I am Invictus. Nothing crushes me, nothing. Doesn't even come close. And if it does, I rise again and again and again.
To succeed in anything, you have to set a higher standard for yourself than anybody else does. You can't ever be content or satisfied.
More than just going to the gym and counting some reps and stuff like that. There's way more to it than that.
But then you look at somebody like Branch Warren, who's just fucking hard work, man. The guy's in there and he trains like he just wants to murder it. He's a savage. He doesn't hold back, and the guy is just a beast. And that's what he makes up for that, like, oh, I don't have a small waist, I don't just get shredded by playing PlayStation, you know, like some of these other guys do. And that's the thing, and they're friends.
This guy is tough, you know, he's a raging bull. I believe that he does have that killer instinct. There's no doubt that he's a hard trainer. There's no doubt that this guy, he definitely knows how to suffer and to go in that gym and put that work in. He doesn't have that sissified baby personality.
I can't stop the sunsets and I can't bring them back, but I can make them count.
When you have money, you believe that you're invincible, you can't be hurt, you live forever. But when God's ready to take you, you could be a billionaire or whatever, and then you say, I can't die, I have so much, and God says, come with me. You gotta be alright, just come with me. It really doesn't mean anything.
9 months I worked. I missed Happy New Year. I missed birthday my son. I missed birthday my daughter. I missed born my daughter. All time training.
Fuck his team, fuck his dog, fuck his cat, fuck everybody over there. My main job is to beat the fuck out of him. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm going in there, I'm gonna make him as uncomfortable as possible. When David Morrell sees me over him while he's out on the floor, unconscious, laid out, that's when he's gonna know that he probably should never took this fight.
I owe Rogan for the inspiration behind the title. During one visit, I was sharing how I was able to train with all these different outliers and how that allowed me to pick their brains and see what made them tick. I was able to run alongside the best of the best, and that is how you progress. Anyone who's ever risen to heights in their field has always learned from the greats and has always strived to add tools to their toolbox. Now I was able to immerse myself amongst winners to try to learn from their mindset.
If you're frightened of dying and you're holding on, you'll see devils tearing your life away. But if you've made your peace, then the devils are really angels, freeing you from the earth.
You know, when you wake up in the fucking morning, you're the only person that can take action and help yourself out. You're the only person that can speak up. You're the only person that can defend yourself. And you're the only person that can change being a loser to a winner. And to be someone who's great is to be someone who doesn't listen to naysayers and doesn't listen to haters.
You gotta hear what I'm telling you. If y'all gonna be great on that field, you gotta have a why. You gotta have a reason for why you do what you do. When he comes out, he ain't tripping on LeBron. He don't care nothing about no Dwayne Wade. All he keeps thinking about is, I'm gonna get one for my coach.
So when you guys get into the set, don't rush through it. Thinking like, let's get it done. Get it done. Get it done brings the end state day of death closer with a small dash. You get it done in it. You get it done for purpose. You give it all your time and effort in the set, so your life gets done the way you fucking want it to be done.
When you start to understand the real intensity, mental's power and strength, that's when you're really doing it.
You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Stop making goddamn fucking excuses and just do it. Please, take my advice. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes. I'm trying to explain to you, the harder you work at anything in life, the faster you're gonna get to your goal, the better you're gonna be. It will always be like that in everything we do. Remember that.
They've never seen you do anything meaningful. They've never seen you follow through. They've never seen you hold the standard that you say you're going to. And every time you have designed a goal for yourself, you have fallen short.
Individual choices and mistakes, yeah, but ultimately you learn from them. So no. because like even the regrets, the bad things or the stupid things, you learn not to do bad things or stupid things. You know, all those things are beneficial in some way if you can get through them.
I really don't give a fuck. Like, if you don't want to be here, if you're not about what I'm about, if you're not trying to win, if you're not trying to be better, if you're not trying to improve, if you're not trying to kick ass, and you don't want to be my friend, I don't care.
No one's gonna fucking come to help me. No one's gonna fucking come to help me. It's fucking me against me, period. And so I had to man up. And I said, the first thing I gotta start doing is facing every fucking fear I have.
The point is like, in this life, the person that you've talked to the most, the person that you've had the most conversations with, and the person who's always got your back is yourself. It's also the person that can fucking destroy you. But you know, when someone pulls their hand out and pulls you out, and they come to save you, that's awesome. You get a little bit of motivation. Guess what though? Motivation doesn't last forever. You know what does? Fucking discipline. What happens when that hand goes away? You don't have anyone to guide. You don't have anyone holding your fucking hand anymore. No one is gonna come save you, bro.
It's the chip on my shoulder. People saying, oh, you can't box, you can't do this. It was like, alright, cool, we'll watch then. Because ultimately, you say I can't do it, that's because you can't do it. I can do it because I'm set my mind to do it, and that was my fuel. I wake up in the morning and go, oh what, people think I can't box? But people think I can't boxing for 12 rounds. Watch me.
What would you say are the most important character traits a man should have?
Guys that bounce back. They're the guys I want to be with. Guys that will get in the trenches, guys that have been in the trenches. I don't like the perfect ones. I like the ones that have got scars, whether you can see them or not. I trust those people, you know. I like people like that. I don't like people that are all squeaky clean and whiter than white or pretending to be, because I know it's all bullshit. Like, you may be that one unicorn, but the chances are you fucking aren't. Do you know what I mean? So I like people that have gone through that.
The difference between winning and losing, happiness and sadness, is so small it's almost scary to talk about. But the good news is I think I kind of know what it is, and it's this one more.
One day you might look up and see me playing the game at 50. Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
There's actually some sort of weird enjoyment that you get from being so dead tired and then pushing through, because you know that every single person you're competing with, every single person that is pushing on your coattails, every single person who's ahead of the game, further than you, you know that they're quitting when they get tired. And so you get satisfaction. It helps build confidence. It helps build momentum.
A lot of people never believed that I could make it. I wasn't a superstar athlete. I really wasn't much of an athlete at all. I didn't make good grades. I wasn't the most popular kid in school by any means.
Everybody says they want to win until they meet someone who actually means it. That's not bullying, that's biochemistry. He was using mirror neurons to rewire his team's nervous system. Either match my frequency or get short-circuited by it.
I know this guy have good jiu-jitsu, but I always told everybody, I don't care about your jiu-jitsu because I know my skills. Nobody around the world can make me trouble in the ground. That's why I know my skills and I know I can beat everybody.
Fuck all these guys. Fuck them all. I don't give a fuck. Go do whatever you want to do. I'm going to live in my own little bubble and do my thing with my guys. Let the rest of the world go fucking crazy.
You really got to start to understand that what you speak into existence, when it actually exists, don't be freaked out about it. If whatever you're talking about, good or bad, does not require some ridiculous talent, you can speak it into existence. The mind's a ridiculously powerful thing. Don't forget that when you're building yourself and trying to build your business.
Everything that you do in life will follow you the rest of your life. Every decision you make in life will impact everybody that believes in you. Every little thing. But 90% of you think what I do behind closed doors is never seen. God sees everything. And it's the people that's diligent enough, that's willing to sacrifice what the norm are doing to be exceptional. A lot of people got talent. Very little chase their purpose.
Most people believe that people are either born with discipline or they're not. They either have it or they don't. And while it can appear to be that way, it's just not the truth. Discipline is a skill that has to be nurtured, invested in, maintained forever. It's something that you have to invest in and be aware of forever. It is diminishing skill set. It's no different than playing a musical instrument.
You think health people that don't have any health problems, you think that they can go
Yes.
do these things?
I think, yes, 100%.
Really?
100%.
Because the majority of people think there's no way they could ever do it.
And that's the reason why they can't do it.
There you go.
That's the only reason. They have already put their cap on their success in life. And that's why most people aren't sitting where you're sitting and sitting where you're sitting. You never capped yourself. You might have. And if you did, you took it off.
If you keep on telling yourself something,
let's get 160. Because why not? Why not?
if you tell yourself you're tired, you're gonna be tired. If you tell yourself, I'm not that tired, it's okay, you're not that tired. Simple as that. So it's also a really psychological thing, because our bodies can handle so much more than we think. A lot is in the mind.
Getting better isn't a hack or a trick or a one change that you need to make. Getting better is a campaign. It's a campaign. It's a daily, a weekly, it's an hourly fight. An incessant fight that doesn't stop against weakness and against temptation and against laziness. It's a campaign of discipline, a campaign of hard work and dedication. It's waking up early and going to bed late and grinding out every second in between, every single day.
You guys have to do more than everybody, because everybody want to be champion. Everybody trainings 2 times a day, 3 times a day, and you just have to do more. And one day, if you did exactly everything is right, you're gonna be champion.
People only root for others at 2 times. First, when they're at the beginning of the race. Second, when they finish. Neither is when you need it. So, you have to master the middle. The boring, exhausting, soul-crushing middle. That's where the winning happens, on your own. People will only cheer for you as long as you can't beat them at the game they value most. Friendly reminder that every person who doubts you is right until they aren't. It's a bug, not a feature.
Question: are you truly doing whatever it takes to reach your goals? Are you truly doing whatever it takes? The answer probably to 90% of the people out there is no. We can all, I don't have time to eat that much. You know, I work and this and then, well then you're not doing whatever it takes.
When you sleep, you sleep. When you eat, you eat. When you talk, you talk. When you work, you work. But nowadays, people work and they think about eating. People eat and they think about sleeping. People sleep and they think about working. And this is not how it's supposed to be. Being present means sleep, you sleep. You talk, you talk. You eat, you eat.
As a man, you go through things in life and you don't know why, but you just have to keep fighting. Staying in shape, staying in the gym, turning up when you really don't want to turn up. Facing your own demons every single day. You know, that's the hardest fight, really. You have to live in your head every single day. You know, getting in the ring for 36 minutes is no problem.
There are 2 ways to be successful, and I don't subscribe to the first one. That's just natural talent. And I just don't believe people who are naturally talented are better than me. I believe effort, and you've heard me say it. Your mama might come from privilege. Your daddy might come from privilege. Your daddy might own a company. You might have a father that can give you everything your little heart desires, but you will not outwork me. Why? Because I realize that the bigger the dream, the more effort you're gonna have to put in.
Interested is a hobby. Kobe Bryant was not interested in winning championships. He was obsessed. And obsession comes in the small details that nobody pays attention to. And I have a saying, all right? Interested people watch obsessed people change the world.
Don't wait until you're fucking dead to figure out why you died. Do it while you are living. Go in there, go into the suffering, go into the pain of your life and say, why did this suck for me so bad? Why am I afraid of all this stuff?
You know, I just want to be a person who's looked at as very resilient, a person who just refused to lose, who's failed many times like us all, but just refused to lose. I want to be known as one of the best, if not the best, and a guy who loved God, a guy who loved Jesus. That's what I want my legacy to be.
And that was my fuel. Everyone has their chimp on their shoulder that gets them going and gets them out of bed. That was mine for the camp.
I was always willing to get out of my comfort zone in order to improve, which is not the case from a lot of athletes. And not only athletes, like entrepreneur, humans. For a human, for all of us, it's hard to get out of our comfort zone. But sometimes it's necessary. It's a necessary evil in order to improve.
I'm never so confident I'm going to win. It's probably the fact that I'm scared to fail. No one forces me to do anything. I make the decision myself, and if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't. So when I'm faced with the challenge, I just embrace it. And what can one man do except forgive his best? If you fail, you try again. If you win, you try again and get better.
Real people who achieve what you want to achieve, they don't sit around and think, well, maybe this is the right path for me. No, they say, I'm going there, and I'm going to get there, and I'm going to get there no matter what the fuck it takes, no matter how long it takes, no matter what I have to do. That is going to be the result. This is not about finding yourself. This is about building yourself. It's about creating yourself.
The people that I know that are the most successful and happy have more uncomfortable conversations.
Agreed.
They have more uncomfortable days. They have more discomfort in their lives.
Yes, totally agree with that.
But selected discomfort.
Everybody think boxing is sweet, so they really get in there, and start getting it, with somebody that punches, or somebody that's dirty, or somebody that's slick and hitting you with shots that you don't see. Like, it's a lot that goes into boxing.
You told an interviewer that you have learned to, in your words, love the thing that I most wish had not happened. You went on to say, what punishments of God are not gifts? Do you really believe that?
Yes. If you are grateful for your life, which I think is a positive thing to do, not everybody is, right. And I'm not always, but it's the most positive thing to do, then you have to be grateful for all of it. And that involves acknowledging and ultimately being grateful for the things that I wish didn't happen, because they gave me a gift.
If you stop shooting a gun, you're not gonna be a great shot when you pick a gun up a year from now. The only way to keep from getting rusty is to constantly oil that motherfucking machine. The machine exists. You gotta keep challenging every day.
You need to stay motivated, you need to stay hungry, you need to stay like George St. Pierre say, you need to stay with your mind like white belt. You don't need to think, wow, I'm black belt for everything. I know everything. If you think about this, you die. You die, you kill your career.
It's almost like you have to have the ability to go to the deep end no matter whether or not you'll ever go there.
Right. Yes.
And some people are like, well, I'm never going to go to the deep end. But you should be able to.
Everybody falls in love with the idea of fighting, but not the reality of fighting. And this is true for every career. The reality of fighting is not, yeah, I've got my arms raised in the ring. Everybody loves that. The reality of fighting is days of quiet desperation, misery, and contemplation of all life choices where you're going, fuck.
I'm my own medic, my own doctor. I am my mental coach, my nutritionist, my doctor. If you do the right things, you're gonna be better than other persons. For example, I take sun now, take 20 minutes, and I know you're gonna help me. The sun is good for the body. Of course, if I will be here all day, I will be with wrinkles, will be bad. But 30 minutes, and I feel good.
The thing with excuses that's interesting is that they may be valid. And I think that's the part that people struggle with. Is that they're like, yeah, obviously results matter more excuses, but insert special snowflake. The thing is that, like, you might be right. And I just like this quote from Layla. She says, it's not your fault, but it is still your problem.
So my thing is, I always say, don't listen to fucking anybody. Anybody who tells you can't do something is full of shit. Anything's fucking possible.
Don't post about what you're gonna do. Don't talk about what you're gonna do. Like, keep that to yourself, and then just go do it. When you post stuff like that, and when you say it out loud to people, you're almost like getting off on the idea, right? Like you're getting a dopamine rush that's almost like, approaching identical to the feeling that you get if you were to actually go out and do it.
You have to put all that self-doubt, you gotta bury that and go for it and just believe in yourself and know that you can do it. I think that's hard for a lot of people.
Most people are distracted. I used to be most people. I didn't have a plan for my life, so the world created a plan for me. And what is the world's plan? It's to get you addicted to fast food. It's to get you addicted to TV, social media. Everywhere you go, the world's grabbing your attention. Billboards, TV ads, social media ads. Everyone's just trying to grab your attention. And if they own your attention, you don't have your own attention to put to your goals. How are you ever going to get there?
In life, you have to have no fear. You have to have no fear. You have to believe in who you are and what you do, and just go fucking get it.
And we're in this month of November at the moment, and people need to realise he's an inspiration for those people. He was done. The world was against him. He had no money. He was fighting cases. He was putting everything he had up for sale to try and win his case. He won that appeal, he came back, he boxed Chris Eubank Jr. twice, and tonight he won by a landslide.
You've been through a hell of a lot. Does tonight almost feel like light at the end of the tunnel when you just walk through that door and, you know, it's all worked out?
I feel like I'm gonna go home and cry. I'm gonna go and cry, yeah, because it's just, oh man, it's been hard.
A lot of this isn't your fault, why you do some things you do, why you feel the way you feel. But no one's coming back to save your ass. You have to go back to where the shit started, wherever that place is for everybody, and have the courage to go back there and start fixing what broke you.
Go after your dreams. Go after them. Never compromise them. Never allowed anybody to tell me what I was capable of accomplishing. Never let anybody tell me that I can't do it. Right? I went after it. If you want to accomplish something or, you know, do something that a lot of people think is difficult to accomplish, you have to put all your eggs in one basket. There's no compromise with that.
Perform without purpose. Callous your mind. Armor your mind. The cookie jar. The accountability mirror. Shit that people can fucking use in their lives. No. I'm glad it helps you, but the barbaric life that I live, that you have to live, the almost obsession that you must have to be great, you can't put that shit in the fucking book, bro.
People don't understand you have to repeat excellence. Okay. Or you just become a one-hit wonder. I got 20 on Monday. Okay. You know, the game Wednesday. So you gotta get 20 again. And then there's another game Friday. You gotta get 20 again. Right? You're gonna be nice to a person on Monday, and then you see him on Wednesday, you're gonna be mean. My stepfather always say, don't show me what you can do and then act like you can't do it. Right? Don't act smart and play dumb. Don't do that. Stay with it. Commit to that.
But people want to think it's technical, like there's a magic number of sets. Oh, like 6 sets is better than 5. It's all bollocks, yeah? It's all about the intensity, so it's not how many sets you do. If you do one wanky set, then you could do 10, 100 wanky sets. I'm going to do anything. It's the quality, it's the intensity, it's your body saying momentarily, this is like, I'm not used to this stress, I need to like reinforce myself so I can tolerate this stress in the future. And you know, obviously then you try and stress it more, yeah?
It really comes down to one thing. People who win make up their minds and then they say, I'm going to do this no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it is, no matter what I have to go through to make this happen. And they start climbing before people and they keep climbing after other people quit. That's the secret to doing this. There's no special skill. There's no secret knowledge. There's no magic. In fact, the magic that everybody thinks there is just simply persevering through the hard things that come our way and never stopping.
I was a bellman, I was a trainer, now I'm the president of a company, right? And you have to be able to make that, you know, you have to realize and know in your mind that you can do this.
I have no problem if you want to be fat. I have no problem with anybody. You want to be whatever the fuck you want to be. But make sure you fucking, if you're fat, motherfucker, go be fat. Go be real fucking fat.
But let's be real, nobody wants to be fat.
Nobody does. That's why I said it, man. Nobody does.
It's not true. They will pretend. I'm fine with it. But if I could give you a button that you could push and boink,
be skinny,
all of a sudden you'd have this incredible body.
Yep.
Everybody would push that button.
But what happens is, man, we get in this world where it gets hard.
Yeah.
And so the harder it is, the more you start to push back.
And I talked about strongman. Then I talked about how it's one of my passions and how I wanted to be the world's strongest man one day.
The all moment becomes less and less. So my all moments now are like, oh, I ran today, I went to the gym today, I did this and this today, I studied today. I have about 8 hours off. And those 8 hours are glorious to me. And every day you go back out and you start earning that. And every day you wake up, it sucks. And when it's over, you feel better. It sucks, you feel better. And as you get going, as every step you take in that journey, as you're like, for me, I run every day. Fucking hate it. But every step I take, I'm like, all right, motherfucker, you're beating the demon again.
Fuck that shit. Not with me. I don't forget. I don't ever forget. I always remember who was here and who did what, and then the people that I don't even know what they did, I know what they did.
Do you know what I've noticed with you lot? You realise how much your life changes when you lose. When you win, it's just on to the next, so it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I question myself. It's a tough game, so yeah, it is what it is. We've got the job done. People can question me. I'll do my best every time, and what will be, but I'm not even buzzing about the win. On to the next, let's go.
How did you get mentally
and emotionally so strong where it doesn't bother you?
Well, you know, you got to look at the reality of the situation. You know, like for me, it's not, you know, you kind of got to get over yourself. Like, it's not about you, man. Like, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Get over yourself, right? Like, you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing. Get over yourself.
I am who I am. That's what I always say. It ain't only it's in me. So I know what I'm capable of. I know who I am, inside, outside. So I don't have to walk around and portray to be somebody that I'm not. I don't have to put on the front. I don't have to put on a show for social media or for attention.
If you really cared about someone and you really, really, really wanted them to improve, you would tell them the things that no one else would tell them. But we don't live in a kind world, bro. We live in a scared world. We live in a world where people don't want to tell people the truth. We live in a world where people don't want to tell themselves the truth. You know, pulling someone aside, having a real conversation with them in a caring way can go a long way. And they may not change at that moment, but they'll remember that when they do change. They'll say, man, you know what? Andy was the only motherfucker that told me anything like that.
When you see those videos of people who don't know how to fight and they pick a fight with someone who's a trained fighter and they get knocked out, and you realize like what a horrible mistake it was for that person to do that.
No, the person that hurt him should have realized during the situation, this guy's not in my league. Not all the time you can do that, but certain times you see this guy's not in my league, don't hurt him. Unless your ego's flaring up and you want to stop this guy in front of a lot of people.
A lot of guys do want to stop a guy. I mean, someone's trying to hurt you.
All right, but listen, that's just your intent. You believe he's trying to hurt you. Maybe he's really not, and you kill him by accident.
When I was coming to the gym, I was getting that love that I ain't have at home type stuff. I go to school, and then from school, I go straight to the gym. Don't tell my grandma or nothing. Let's go straight to the gym. And the gym was closed. The gym didn't even, I used to get out of school probably 3 o'clock, and the gym didn't open till like 4:30. I just be outside just sleeping on the front of the gym, just waiting.
I don't feel pressure. And I don't feel pressure. I mean, put more pressure on me because right now I don't feel no pressure, you know what I mean? So I don't feel pressure. People say I've got the weight of the nation on my shoulders, you know what I mean? Well then throw a few more nations on because I don't feel that weight, you know what I mean? Throw Scotland on there, throw them all on.
Don't rely on a master for him to run your life. Don't rely on a mentor, a guide, whatever, to run your life. This whole journey is about you learn and acquire the skills and acquire the knowledge and acquire whatever you think is necessary to bring out the best version, let's call it like this, the best version, the best refined potential about yourself, about what you believe you are capable of bringing out about yourself.
And people will point to all kinds of virtues amongst athletes. This guy's the most courageous, this guy's the strongest. These are all virtues. But the one indispensable virtue is persistence. The ability just to stay in the game long enough to get the results you seek.
You know, trial and error. And you grow up and you make game-winning shots and it's awesome. And you come back the next day and miss a game-winning shot and it's misery. And then the next day comes and you're back playing again. And you understand that life has this cyclical nature where it's, you know, what you do on Monday is fantastic, but then Tuesday is a bad day. But guess what? There's Wednesday. So are we just supposed to live our lives like this the whole time? You know, versus just staying like this and understanding that it's really just a journey of evolution.
It's not what you do, it's who you are. Yeah. It's not what's going to get you there, it's what's going to keep you there. Do what's right, not what's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you do, it's who you are. Like how you operate, how you treat people, how you do things. It's not what you do, it's who you are, right? It's not what got you there, it's what's going to keep you there. Do what's right, not what's easy.
Do you ever wake up and you say, I don't want to do it today?
I fight against my mind. Yes, sometimes it's happened. We are all human beings. We are not happy every day. We are, you know, not in a good mood every day. It's normal. It's part of us.
If something as insignificant as a red light can make you snap, why can't a good coffee make you glow? Why can't something small be something great? If the only experiences you allow to bring you joy are big, impressive, and rare, then your happiness is brittle. You've made it dependent on external circumstances lining up in just the right way. You have taken your joy hostage. until the ransom note of life offers you something sufficiently worth it.
What if I'm so far away from my dream now that I die before I actually reach it? Die on the road. Die on the road. All right? Go to your dream. And if you never make it, if you die before you get to your dream, die going to your dream. All right? At least you will finish this world going somewhere, not just sitting, saying, man, if only.
I don't like to overthink it. He's talking about people constantly reading self-help books, constantly listening to podcasts about self-help and bettering themselves. Or people in bodybuilding learning about the perfect way to do a lat pull down, kneeling on the ground with one arm, optimal bullshit. And exactly like you said, they overthink it. And then they're thinking so hard about doing a perfect rep, they don't train intense or hard or push themselves at all. So life as it is all about balance. And if you can find that balance of good form with intensity, somewhere in the middle is where your most beneficial gains will come from, but depends on the individual. I don't like to overthink it.
Believe. I think you should believe in everything, and of course the rest it's the dedication, the hard work. Listen to the people who know more than you, who they have more experience than you. Believe in your talent. I think it's the main point.
Say to yourself over and over again, I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. I can do anything I put my mind to. And wonderfully enough, you do become what you think about most of the time. You also become what you say to yourself most of the time. And that means that you accept complete responsibility for yourself and for your business and for everything that happens. You see, the big problem in our world today is people are trying to blame other people. I'm where I am and what I am because of myself.
One last thing that I want to say is don't let nobody define to you what is winning and what is losing. Don't let the social media shit mess you up. You know, we look and we see people and what they do, and we see comments, and sometimes that drives our behavior. But what you got to do, man, is be true to yourself and let, you know, when all this is finished, and, you know, when we hang our posing trunks up, or when we put our workout gloves in the closet forever, let, you know, what you have done along the way be something that you can be proud of.
I suddenly got it. I understood suddenly how thought was just an illusory thing, and how thought is responsible for, if not all, most of the suffering we experience. And then I suddenly felt like I was looking at these thoughts from another perspective, and I wondered, who is it that's aware that I'm thinking? And suddenly I was thrown into this expansive, amazing feeling of freedom from myself, from my problems. I saw that I was bigger than what I do. I was bigger than my body. I was everything and everyone. I was no longer a fragment of the universe. I was the universe.